Chapter 18. Getting in a car with a stranger. Okay, this is where shit get unbelievable for real. Or better yet, this might be the story what I get out of the reader just what I plan. And that's the simple, get the fuck out of here. If this one per se don't make you say it, I can almost guarantee that you would at least let them words escape from your mouth one time before you complete this book if you haven't uttered them already. When it comes to meeting women, there are many ways to do so at many different places. I never would have imagined the where and how as that of what I'm about to share on these pages. Since it happened, I've told the story to a couple of people, and not one of them were convinced that something like this could possibly happen in real life. From what I was taught as I was growing up, when it comes to getting away from a threat or potential threat, is that nothing is off limits when and if it'll aid you in getting away. The neighborhood I lived in at most times will be full of people, and they will be out whether it be day or night. On this particular day was different, which was perfect for me to do my homework for a lick to hit on another day. Leaning on somebody's, a complete stranger, fencing an alley on Whistle Street, I was watching the house to see what time the occupants came and went and to see how many people lived at the location. After close to 3 hours, the most unexpected shit happened. Not one, but two big-ass, ugly, and mean-looking pit bulls came from out of nowhere running toward me at full speed. Had they not been barking loud as hell, I would have been fucked because I wouldn't have heard them coming. Now that I think back on the situation, the dogs didn't come from out of nowhere. I would just have the smoking a blunt to myself and not paying attention to the direction they came from. Lame framing. Also, it didn't make matters any better that my undivided attention was on the house. Without hesitation, I took off running and the chase was on. When I write how I led the chase, it's going to show you how high it was. Easily, I could have lost the dogs if I had only jumped someone's gate to get in their backyard. Just that simple. I didn't though, which is the basis of this story. For whatever reason, the weed, I chose to run straight down the alley for close to a quarter of a block. When the chase started, I had at least a 3-house advantage, and it stayed that way until it wasn't any more dogs behind me. At least that's what I thought. I was running fast as hell, and it wasn't nowhere in hell I was about to let those dogs get a hold of me. Without a problem, I made it out of the alley to enter a field that doubled as a gangway to the busy street. On my Elliott, it wasn't a soul in sight, as if the hood was suddenly a ghost town. The dogs were getting close to me, so I had to think of something quick. On the big street, a car was parked a few feet from Ferry in front of the store. To me, the only logical thing that I could have done was get into the car, and best believe that's what I did. Yeah, I got into a complete stranger's car. Keep in mind, I didn't know who the car belonged to, who was in it, or if anyone was in it at all. Luck must have been on my side because the passenger door was unlocked. The car was a Cavalier that was being driven by a woman. No sooner than I jumped in the car and slammed the door, she pulled off, which surprised the shit out of me. This woman wasn't scared at all, even though I could have been a carjacker, which I was, murder or whatever else. As the car drove away, I looked at the dogs barking at the car. Nigga, why the fuck is you on my car and what the fuck do you want? I quickly explained when I heard her laugh at what I was saying. I finally really looked at her after it hit me that I didn't know where she was taking me. This woman must have been reading my mind because she said, I have to go to another store since you jumped your ass in my car and I didn't know what was up with you. That was just a strange beginning. Her name was April and she turned out to be a cool woman. After our meeting, we hung out a few times until we lost touch with one another due to my involvement with the life. While in prison, she'd sent me a few cards with encouraging words. If that wasn't no TV shit, I don't know what is. I accomplished my goal of getting away from the dogs, but I wouldn't recommend anyone to try what you just read. The reason being is that getting in a total stranger's car while they're in it is probably one of the most stupidest, dangerous things to do in the world, and a person could easily get hurt or killed for doing so.